put out, let's put a shout out right now. NobleGoldInvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Did you ever think about it? I just saw Colin Plume on a television commercial this afternoon. I did. I saw him on television on a Noble Gold television commercial on Fox News. I said, Heidi, check this out. There he is, Colin Plume, my good buddy. And now he's on Fox News doing commercials for his company, Noble Gold. And this is a young guy. He's got a wife and several kids. I think he's got 4. And he loves our ministry. Thank God for him. Well, anyway, let me just put a shout out for him right now, because Noble Gold Investment is a great company. They're a family-owned company, and they are good Christians, and they love our ministry here at PaulBegleyProphecy.com. Well, did you know that Noble Gold's team of precious metals experts have helped thousands of worried investors like yourself, maybe, to build and preserve wealth through times like these? You see, you need to find out why gold and silver IRAs are the answer to Joe Biden's inflation, migration, taxation, misrepresentation, irritation, frustration. This financial situation. You really do need to find out about this. Talk to the personnel that are at NobleGoldInvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com about precious metals today. Oh, and this month they're giving away this free gift. If you set up a gold or silver IRA worth $20,000 or more, like for instance, roll your 401k in there, or maybe put your savings account in there, or some of it, diversify, they'll give you this 3 ounces of pure silver coin. It's 3 ounces. It's got Thomas Jefferson on the front. It's called the Silver American Virtue Coin. What a beautiful coin. They'll give it to you for free. Just simply pick up the phone tomorrow morning and call Colin Plume at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347, and tell them that Pastor Paul Begley sent you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet your new corporate office mate, a brainless robot. Naver is an internet conglomerate company located in South Korea. It has been experimenting with integrating robots into office life for the past several months. Inside a futuristic, starkly industrial 36-story high-rise on the outskirts of Seoul, a fleet of about 100 robots cruise around on their own, moving from floor to floor on robot-only elevators and sometimes next to humans, rolling through security gates and entering meeting rooms. Naver's network of web services, including a search engine, maps, email, and news aggregation, is dominant in South Korea, but its reach abroad is limited, lacking the global renown of a company like, say, Google. The company has been on the hunt for new avenues for growth. In October, it agreed to acquire Poshmark, an online secondhand retailer, for $1.2 billion. Now, Naver sees the software that powers robots in corporate office spaces as a product that other companies may eventually want. Executive who cleaned up Enron calls FTX mess unprecedented. The man who had to clean up the mess at Enron says the situation at FTX is even worse, describing what he calls a complete failure of corporate control. The filing by John Ray III, the new CEO of the bankrupt cryptocurrency firm, lays out a damning description of FTX's operations under its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. From a lack of security controls to business funds being used by employees on homes and luxuries. Quote, never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information as occurred here, Ray said. From compromised systems integrity and faulty regulatory oversight abroad to the concentration of control in the hands of a very small group of inexperienced, unsophisticated, and potentially compromised individuals. This situation is unprecedented. Ray was appointed CEO back on November the 11th after the company was near collapse and its previous management sought legal counsel on what to do next. Bankman-Fried was persuaded to give up control of the company by his lawyers as well as his father, Joseph Bankman, who is a professor at Stanford Law School, according to Thursday's filing. Since his resignation, Bankman-Fried has sought out news outlets for interviews and has been very active on Twitter trying to explain himself and the firm's failure. Investor losses from FTX implosion are growing. The breadth of the global fallout from FTX's collapse has continued to emerge. Teammask, Singapore's state-backed fund, said on Thursday that it had fully written down its $275 million investment in the crypto exchange, joining Silicon Valley firm Sequoia Capital and SoftBank, the Japanese tech conglomerate, in declaring their stakes worthless. The development comes as Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX founder, delivered a series of bombshell admissions in a candid direct message exchange with Vox's Kelsey Piper. Among them, Sam Bankman-Fried, also known as Bankman-Fried, blamed messy accounting for the company's losses, which could run into the billions. Zelensky softens his stance on rocket origin after Biden comment. Ukraine's president appeared to soften his insistence that it was only a Russian missile that caused a lethal blast in Poland this week, and said a team would investigate after United States President Joe Biden disputed the claim. Volodymyr Zelensky said his military officials had told him that images of the crater at the blast site suggested it couldn't have been caused solely by the remnants of a Ukrainian anti-air rocket. He said he was, quote, was sure that it was a Russian missile, but also that he was certain Ukraine had launched weapons to defend against a Russian barrage. Ukraine shot down more than 70 of the almost 100 rockets that Moscow fired on Tuesday, according to Ukrainian officials. Quote, I don't know 100%. I think the world also doesn't know 100% what happened, President Zelensky said in an interview at Bloomberg New Economy Forum in Singapore on Thursday. Quote, we can't say specifically that this was the air defense of Ukraine. The incident, which killed 2 men at a farm 4 miles inside Polish territory, was a sobering reminder of the risk Russia's war against Ukraine could spill over the borders into a NATO member state and potentially trigger an open conflict between nuclear-armed powers. Air Force and the FBI raids home in probe of Area 51 website. Agents from the United States Air Force and the FBI recently raided homes in Clark and Lincoln counties in Nevada in an investigation of a man who operates a website about the top-secret military base known as Area 51, a spokesman said on Wednesday. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations and the FBI entered homes owned by George Arnew in Las Vegas and the tiny town of Rachel on November the 3rd and seized potential evidence for an undisclosed joint agency probe, according to Lieutenant Colonel Brian McGarry, spokesman for Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. Quote, this is an open and ongoing law enforcement investigation between the Las Vegas FBI and the Air Force OSI, McGarry said in a statement. He declined to elaborate on the basis for the investigation, but Arnew of Las Vegas is the webmaster of a site titled Dreamland Resort, focusing on Area 51, an Air Force base in Lincoln County, Nevada, about 120 miles northwest of Las Vegas, where testing is conducted on new and classified U.S. military aircraft. Dreamland Resort at dreamlandresort.com, started by Arnew in 1999, features YouTube videos taken from drones flown over places around Area 51, satellite images of the base, a discussion forum with posts on topic, articles on the test flights, and quote, black projects, and UFOs, and what it says are photos of new vehicles such as the so-called super-secret Northrop Grumman RQ-180 unmanned stealth aircraft, which was shown flying in 2021.